Prologue: The Curse. The movie opens in ancient Greece. A beautiful priestess of Athena, Medusa, is admired for her grace and purity. But when Poseidon violates her in Athena's temple, Athena punishes Medusa instead of Poseidon, transforming her hair into venomous serpents and cursing her gaze to turn men into stone. We witness her rage, loneliness, and eventual ambush by Perseus, who decapitates her. Instead of showing her soul destroyed, the scene reveals faint green smoke curling into a serpent-shaped amulet, sealed deep within a temple. Cut to modern-day Greece. A multinational archaeological team, led by Professor Demetrius, excavates ruins on a small island in the Aegean Sea. They discover the serpent-shaped amulet, encrusted in dust and stone, hidden within a secret chamber. Strange carvings warn, "Do not disturb the curse of Gorgon." The team laughs it off as superstition, though the camera lingers ominously on the amulet pulsing faintly with energy. We're introduced to Dr. Elena Marinos, a passionate Greek-American mythologist teaching at a university. She is contacted about the relic because of her expertise in Gorgon mythology. Elena is skeptical at first, but intrigued when she notices details that don't align with the official Perseus story. She hypothesizes that Medusa's soul was never destroyed, only bound. At the dig site, a worker mysteriously turns into solid stone overnight. His face frozen in terror, his body cracked like marble. The team panics, but the incident is covered up by local authorities, citing a rare mineral reaction. Elena suspects otherwise, especially after hearing whispers at night that sound like hissing serpents. News of the relic reaches Victor Dragos, a ruthless Eastern European billionaire obsessed with immortality and power. He believes myths are fragments of real history and sees the amulet as the key to unlocking supernatural dominance. He dispatches elite mercenaries to acquire it at any cost. When the amulet is moved from the temple and placed in a modern museum, the earth trembles. Small earthquakes ripple across the region. Animals behave erratically. A chilling wind carries faint hissing voices, as if something ancient has awakened. Locals whisper of Medusa, warning the archaeologists that curses should not be disturbed. Elena spends nights translating inscriptions from the temple. She discovers texts revealing that Medusa's curse wasn't permanent. Her essence was bound inside the amulet, waiting for release. She realizes Perseus may have killed Medusa's body, but her soul endured. This revelation unsettles Elena. What if the stories we know were manipulated by the gods? Dragos's mercenaries stormed the Athens Museum during a private exhibit, stealing the amulet. But during the raid, one of them looks into a reflective glass case while holding it. His body freezes instantly, turning into stone in front of his horrified comrades. They flee, leaving the corpse behind, and the media scrambles to explain the unexplainable. During transport, the amulet cracks open, releasing Medusa's spirit. The essence enters the body of a young woman nearby, a homeless Greek girl who had touched the amulet out of curiosity. She convulses, her eyes glowing faint green, her hair shifting with faint movements. She awakens as Medusa reincarnated, half-human, half-cursed entity, with fragmented memories of betrayal and death. Across Athens, reports emerge of people mysteriously turned to stone, bystanders, police officers, and thieves alike. Social media explodes with videos of statues that look eerily lifelike. At first, skeptics dismiss them as elaborate hoaxes, but soon, the terror becomes undeniable. The Greek government forms a special task force to investigate what appears to be terrorist attacks. Elena is recruited as a consultant due to her expertise. She warns that this is not human terrorism, but something far older than mankind's institutions. Meanwhile, Dragos manipulates events from the shadows, intent on capturing Medusa alive. We shift to Medusa's point of view. Wandering Athens at night, she struggles with conflicting identities, memories of her priestess life, and violent urges from a curse. She avoids crowds, but can't resist when attacked, turning muggers into statues in alleyways. She whispers in anguish, "I never wanted this." The task force tracked her to an abandoned monastery in the hills. Armed soldiers storm in with high-tech equipment. At first, they succeed in surrounding her, but one look at her glowing eyes petrifies half the squad instantly. Chaos erupts as gunfire and screaming fill the air. Athena barely escapes alive, her theories now terrifyingly real. Athena begins to see Medusa not as a monster, but as a woman punished unjustly by the gods. Torn between her duty to help stop the killings and her empathy for Medusa's suffering, Athena becomes conflicted. She starts to believe that maybe Medusa deserves redemption, not destruction. Dragos finally succeeds in capturing Medusa using a chamber lined with mirrored panels and chains forged from rare metals said to restrain divine beings. He treats her like a weapon, boasting of using her power to blackmail world leaders. Medusa, though bound, watches with cold, vengeful eyes, biding her time. Within Athena's government team, one agent, secretly paid by Dragos, betrays her, handing over information that leads to Medusa's captivity. Athena realizes the government is compromised and goes rogue with a small group of trusted allies to stop Dragos. Dragos underestimates her. Medusa manipulates one of his mercenaries into freeing her, then unleashes her full fury. She turns Dragos and his men into a grotesque garden of stone statues. Despite her anger, she spares Athena when they meet again, sensing compassion in her heart. The climax unfolds at the ruins where the amulet was first found. Athena confronts Medusa, not with weapons, but with knowledge and empathy. Using the fractured amulet, she channels the curse back toward Medusa, offering her a choice: remain cursed and destroy humanity, or break the cycle forever. Medusa hesitates, torn between vengeance and release. Finally, she chooses to end her suffering. She steps willingly into the amulet's power, turning to stone one last time. Her statue crumbles into dust, her snakes falling lifeless. Her final words to Athena echo, "Remember me, not as a monster, but as a woman." Months later, Athena publishes a controversial book challenging the myths of history, portraying Medusa as a tragic victim, not monster. The final shot returns to the temple ruins. As the wind blows through the cracked stones, a small snake slithers into the shadows. Its eyes faintly glow green, implying that Medusa's story might not be over.